Have you ever wondered how the State of Israel came into existence? The tale of its birth is steeped in complex history and international politics. It all began in the early 20th century with a little document known as the Balfour Declaration of 1917. This was a letter penned by Arthur Balfour, the British Foreign Secretary at the time, expressing Britain's support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. Fast forward 3 decades and the world was reeling from the horrors of the Second World War. The plight of Jewish refugees was a pressing issue. In response, the United Nations stepped in, proposing a plan to partition Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. Despite vehement opposition from Arab countries, the UN General Assembly passed the resolution in November 1948. This decision set the stage for the establishment of the State of Israel. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the leader of the Jewish Agency, declared the creation of a Jewish state in Eretz Israel to be known as the State of Israel. This historic moment was met with jubilation by some and resentment by others, sparking a chain of events that would shape the Middle East for decades to come. And thus, amidst tension and turmoil, the State of Israel was born. But where does Egypt fit into all of this, you might ask? Well, Egypt has played a significant role in shaping the Middle East dynamics, particularly in the context of the Arab-Israeli conflict. Our story starts in the late 40s, with the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Egypt, along with other Arab nations, entered the fray following the establishment of Israel. This marked the beginning of Egypt's active involvement in the conflict. Fast forward to 1956, and we find ourselves in the midst of the Suez Crisis. In an attempt to regain control over the Suez Canal, Egypt found itself at odds with Britain, France and Israel. Despite the military defeat, Egypt emerged as a symbol of Arab nationalism and resistance to foreign domination. The Six-Day War of 1967, however, changed the landscape dramatically. Egypt, along with Jordan and Syria, suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of Israel. The loss of the Sinai Peninsula was a significant blow to Egypt, both strategically and symbolically. But the story doesn't end there. Egypt continued to play a pivotal role in the region. Whether it was by participating in the Yom Kippur War of 1973, aimed at reclaiming lost territories, or by signing the historic Camp David Accords in 1978, which led to the landmark Egypt-Israel Peace Treaty of 1979, Egypt has been at the forefront of major regional developments. This peace treaty, although controversial, marked a turning point in Egypt-Israel relations and in the broader Arab-Israeli conflict. It was the first peace agreement between Israel and an Arab country, setting a precedent for future negotiations and peace deals. Today, Egypt continues to play a crucial role in the Middle East. It acts as a mediator in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and as a key player in regional security issues. Despite the many challenges, Egypt's influence in the region remains significant. Egypt, thus, has been a central player in the complex Middle East dynamic. Historic treaty marked a turning point in the history of the Middle East. It was a beacon of hope, a symbol of what could be achieved when nations choose peace over war, dialogue over discord. But peace still seems elusive, doesn't it? Let's delve into why. This segment is about Hamas, a Palestinian political and militant group that has played a significant role in the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Founded in the late 1980s, Hamas emerged as a resistance movement against what it saw as Israeli occupation. Its influence has been a major factor in the volatility of the conflict. One of the key events that thrust Hamas into the spotlight was the Second Intifada, which began in the year 2000. This uprising was marked by frequent suicide bombings and other attacks carried out by Hamas and other groups. It resulted in a tragic loss of lives and heightened tensions between Israelis and Palestinians. Following the Second Intifada, the Gaza war in the late 2000s marked another critical point in the conflict. This three-week armed conflict was a response to Hamas rocket attacks on Israeli towns. The war resulted in a significant number of casualties and further escalated the tension. Fast forward to recent times, we witness periodic escalations in violence. The causes are many, from territorial disputes to the political aspirations of different factions. Hamas, with its control over the Gaza Strip, continues to be a pivotal player in these escalations. Yet it's important to note that the conflict is not just about Hamas and its actions. It's a complex tapestry woven from threads of history, politics, and deep-seated grievances. The role of other regional and international actors, the unresolved status of refugees, the issue of settlements, and the quest for a two-state solution all contribute to this ongoing conflict. Despite the numerous attempts at peace, the reality remains that this conflict is far from over. With each passing day, it continues to shape and reshape the lives of those caught in its grip. The conflict thus continues, fueled by deep-seated grievances and complex geopolitical dynamics. So what have we learned today? We started our journey with the birth of Israel, a nation that emerged from the ashes of the Second World War, a testament to survival and resilience. We then moved on to Egypt, a key player in the Middle East, whose role has been instrumental in shaping the region. Our journey continued with the emergence of Hamas, a political organization born out of conflict and resistance. We delved into the Israel-Egypt peace treaty, a landmark agreement that still holds relevance in today's geopolitics. Finally, we touched upon the ongoing conflict involving Hamas, a situation that continues to evolve even as we speak. By threading these pieces together, we've painted a broad picture of the history and politics of this significant region. Understanding these historical contexts helps us gain a deeper insight into the complexities of the Middle East. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time.